What's up, guys? I'm Kevin Mars and you are watching BroncTV. I will be your anchor today for episode 5 of season 3. Hey, clip in your skis and buckle your helmets because this winter break is going to be crazy. Make sure to drive safe, avoid accidents over the break, but before we start the show, watch this short clip.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Psych, I wouldn't make you watch the most disliked video on YouTube. Anyways, back to the show. Now for an activities update. Last week, the boys and girls basketball team lost versus Rock Springs and Green River. But come support our boys and girls basketball team today at 6 and 7:30. Make sure to go crazy so we can take this easy dub. Also, congrats to the 28 seniors who competed in We the People last week. They were one of the 16 that moved on to the state finals. Also, today there will be an event at Jackson Hole History Museum, North Cass Street at 6 p.m. It will be an event, there will be an exhibit called My Jackson Hole History. See you there. I know everyone out there representing our sporting events, but some seniors feel like they choose to participate is being limited. Here's our reporter, Tommy Jennings, with more.
Since the beginning of the year, there's been a major conflict between one of the teachers at the Jackson Hole High School and the senior class. One of the students in this teacher's class had mentioned that,
well, he told us that if we were to boo the freshmen at the football game, the pep rally, or at the hockey game, that he would make a quiz or a test that's impossible that we'll all fail.
most of the controversy begins with whether or not the teacher had any control over the students during these events, and whether or not they could receive a test in punishment. The first person I spoke to was Mel Orchard, who has been a trial lawyer for 22 years. The first thing I asked him was whether or not a teacher could limit the First Amendment on on-campus events.
Absolutely. Teaching is a full circle event. All of these experiences are important for the maturation of the student, and so, as always, the teacher knows best. In all circumstances, the teacher knows best. There is no discrimination case in this particular, or harassment case in this particular situation.
The next question I asked was, what are the boundaries of freedom of speech in the high school?
Well, that's an interesting concept. I think that when you look at the First Amendment and, of course, the Bill of Rights, talking about the First Amendment, the right of free speech, freedom of speech, I don't think should be curtailed in institutions. In fact, I think institutions should celebrate free speech. The only time I think free speech really does have some justification in being restricted in some way is where the speech is hate speech that could cause potential disruption, significant disruption to school, and also potential for violence.
After speaking with Mel, I wanted to interview some of the students that were in Mr. Hart's class that experienced what happened. Most of them had similar things to say.
Mr. Hart just said, we're all Bronx here, This is Jackson Hole High School. We're all one big family. And we got to welcome the freshmen as seniors,
I mean, I understand why he did it, but, it changes things for us a little bit.
All right.
The next person I wanted to talk to was one of the members of the high school that could give me the facts about the expectations for students and teachers regarding these events.
We treat on-campus and off-campus events the same. If it's here or in Riverton or Casper, we expect students to adhere to the code of conduct. No one would agree that booing a particular group, in particular the freshmen, would be respectful. And so, yeah, if I were there, I would expect a teacher or an administrator to step in and say something.
Finally, I spoke with the man himself to find out what his motivations were on informing the seniors that they couldn't make certain chants.
I just think you're a great guy there, Tommy Jennings.
When asked about the senior student section, Mr. Hart had this to respond with.
Oh, I've long thought our senior student section has been awesome. They're super psyched and rowdy and cheering for our team. I just challenged them to do it in a respectful way towards all students, both our own and the other teams. So I think of it less as I'm telling them they can't do something, but rather challenging our student body to do things the right way.
Thank you for the interesting story, Tommy. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for our next episode on January. Peace.